Hi everyone, welcome back to David at Go To Hobbies. Now we are going to talk about a subject which is quite easy to talk about really, and that is to do with time. Time. Right, before we go much further, this where we are talking about these sort of interests, it's in the playlist of paranormal, ufology, that sort of area. So if you want to find this on my YouTube channel at David at Go To Hobbies, look for the playlist that says paranormal and ufology, or ufology and paranormal, and then you will find this video there with amongst all the other lovely stuff I've been making and talking about. So where we are with this, so what I'm going to talk about is, let me just think about this for a second. Do you know what? I don't know about you. I had a distraction, and what I was going to talk. Oh no, the light bulbs come on. Sorry. It's time, and how do we define time? I think it's man-made. I don't think extraterrestrials use time. It's only a linear. In other words, what we've invented. It's like how many times the heart beats a minute, how many seconds are in a minute, how many hours, how many minutes in an hour, how many hours in a day, how many days are in a month, and so on and so forth. So we're measuring time. So how do we define time? Is it a human thing? Is it a universal thing? What other entities use what we've done? I don't know. I really don't know. Now, what other forms of time is there? Now, when I say time, is we are in a physical reality, meaning to say we're in a frequency. So how do you define our frequency? We vibrate at a certain frequency. Our surroundings are to do with frequency. I'm sorry about the distraction. We have some kids playing some music, and isn't it always the way? There's always someone being agitating or annoying. I hope they will go away. I wish they would go away. Anyway, we'll carry on. Time, frequency, the space we are actually in. So we vibrate at a certain frequency. Time is what we live in, what we have defined a time period. Now, how do you differentiate between the time we're in, the future, the present, and the past? Do you see where I'm going? So the future will be a time period that's to come. We're living in the present time, which is present reality. And the past is what we just talked about, and everything from now on, or from this second, is now the past. Now, there's another type of time, but it's not perhaps what most people grasp. And when I say time, it's more like a dimension within our time, but I will class it as a frequency. So if you can imagine a clock, and every minute on that hour is a different frequency. We are living at, say, the 6 o'clock. Yeah, we can see frequencies of our reality 29 minutes past the hour and 31 minutes past. So we've only got a 2-minute period that we can see outside of our own frequency, which we are very limited. So let's say, what about 32 minutes? We might occasionally get glimpses of that frequency or that reality, but in our reality that would be probably more like a dream state or in a meditational state. So what about before the time? So instead of being past the time, what about before the time? Instead of being the past, what about the present? How can we see those differences outside? As I say, it's more or less in a dream state or a meditational state. The other thing is monks. They can do things which is quite amazing, and that's something I will touch on at a later date. But going back to like the frequency we're living in and what we class as the how do I class it as? Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the word to use. Dimension. Right. So we're in a frequency dimension. How do we get from one frequency to another frequency? Because we are in this time frame. We are oscillating at a certain frequency. That is food for thought, isn't it? Artificial intelligence will know. The military will know. But most people don't. I am going to say what I think, how we can do that. And I'll give you an example. We've got a power station that generates electricity. Yeah? It produces an ampage, that is the force going through. The amount of that force is the voltage. Yeah? So you got that. You got the voltage was the amount, the ampage is the force. And the other thing is the frequency of that, and that is the hertz. Now you've got the force of it going through, you've got the amount, and now you have the frequency as it's generated. So that frequency is 50 hertz. Now this is a story I was told about an incident in a power station. I don't know how true it is or not. All I'm going to do is tell you what I was told, and that is the generator or generators went out of frequency. So they went, I don't know which way it was, either up, down or out of phase. I don't know more than this. And they had like a portal open up, and they could see almost like a Cleopatra figure. Yeah. And it was almost like in another time period. And all I could say is, let's just imagine it's like a cloud, but it's see-through, and you could see this other time period. Do you see what I'm getting at? It's about frequency oscillation of where you are. We're vibrating at a certain frequency, and I'm using the analogy of power generation as an example. So what do you think about my theory? All I am telling you about is what someone told me what actually happened. There is other instances I can tell you about, and that would be in another video. Let me know what you think. about what I've just talked about time, frequency, oscillation, power generation, where what the frequency is, the force of it, and the amount. It's all relevant, and you'd be surprised. So if you want to know more, stay tuned, and if you like this video, give us a old thumbs up, always much appreciated. And if you want to have a say in the matter, leave a comment below. Say what you want with respect, you know, all the time. And if you want to know more about what's going on, there's other videos and stuff, hit the subscribe button and then click on the little bell icon and then click all, and then you'll be notified of all the nice new videos that are coming out. Anyway, hope you like the video on time and dimensions and space and frequency. So we'll see you in the next one. Take care for now, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.